Welcome everyone to a straight up paracord bracelet tutorial. Today we're going to be featuring the Mantis style Sanctified bracelet. Right here, this is the one we're going to make. So it's a 6-strand core. And it's got 8 working strands. So the core is black, and the black working strands are going to come out. The inside Sanctified green, we're going to put through the cow's hitches and have them coming out. As you can see for the chain link pattern, we're going to go up one end of the cow's hitch, down the other, and have those free and working. And then to get this middle, I like to call it the mirrored covenant modification. We're going to take our red cord and just with the fid, run it underneath these 2 middle strings right here from the back, and they'll be coming out even, giving us 8 full working cords. So once you guys have your 6-strand core set up and your 8 working cords ready to go, you can pick whatever colors you choose, obviously, to make the bracelet. Then we're gonna get going. Okay, so as you can see, I've done about half the bracelet just to get the pattern started. Now what we're working with here is a 4-strand core. We have an outside Sanctified weave, and then the chain link modification, but in between that we have a mirrored covenant. So to do the bracelet and to do this pattern correctly, we want to start with the mirrored covenant. So we're going to take our covenant strands, we're going to go left to right, so we're going to go up between 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3. We'll number the core strands 1 through 6 from left to right. So up between 2 and 3, and then down between 3 and 4. And same thing on the other side, up between 4 and 5, and back down between 3 and 4. What we want to do here is pull them down, and I tend to push them up, and then pull each one down a little bit tight, so you're almost pre-tightening it. What it's going to do is the tension of everything will hold them right there and get them out of your way. Now we're going to do the Sanctified. So we're going to start with the black from right to left, go underneath 6, 5, 4, 3, and up between 2 and 3. And then from the left, we can do the same thing, underneath 1 through 4, and up between 4 and 5. Okay. So you'll see they make their little X, their cross. You have the 2 middle core strands on top. We're going to take our green strands and go up between 4 and 5, over 5 and 6, and back through the first Sanctified loop. And then the same thing on the left, up between 2 and 3, over 1 and 2, and down in the loop. So just a normal Sanctified. The only difference is we're leaving these cords on top. Okay? So now we're going to take our chain link strands, and remember, you go back and forth with these, so you can see the last time it came up on the outside of the string. So we're going to go down between 2 and 3, underneath the Sanctified strands, up through the hole on the inside, continuing the chain link pattern. Same with our right hand side here, down between 4 and 5, underneath the Sanctified ends, and then up to the inside. Okay. Now to tighten, start with your Sanctified, just little bits at a time. You don't have to go nuts. But before you get too tight, you do want to pull your chain link. So little bits at a time. Tighten the red. You want to do a little bit at a time so you don't deform the bracelet. And then I usually, once the middle strands are pulled pretty tight, I like to go pretty firm on the outside Sanctified weaves. Just like so. If you go fairly tight every single time, you're gonna have a real even edge without warping in different sides. So the tighter you pull, usually the more evenly the whole thing turns out. Okay, so let's do that again. So we're gonna start with our mirrored covenant modification. Go up between 2 and 3, down between 3 and 4. Same thing, up between 4 and 5, and then down 3 and 4. Okay, and pull that down tight. Again, push it up against the knots and give them a little bit of a tug, and it'll hold it there. All right, just like that. Okay, do Sanctified again. So from right to left, we're going to go under 6, 5, 4, 3 and go up between 2 and 3. Same thing from left to right, underneath 1 through 4 and up between 4 and 5. Okay. Then carrying on with the Sanctified. From the right side, we're going to go between 4 and 5, back over 5 and 6, into the loop and down. Left side, between 2 and 3, and back over 1 and 2, into the loop. All right, let's clean that up a little bit. Now we're going to take our chain link, and we came up from the inside, so now we're going to work to the outside. So we're going to go down between 2 and 3, back up the hole to the outside, continuing the chain link pattern. Other side, down between 4 and 5, and then up on the outside. Okay, start tightening, Sanctified first, then to your chain link, give the covenants a pull, and continue tightening. Sorry for my hands. Remember, nice and tight, keeping everything even. Okay, so we have a nice pattern going. Let's do it again. We'll start with our covenants. Up between 2 and 3, and back down between 3 and 4. Other side, up between 4 and 5, and back down between 3 and 4. Okay, pull those a little tight, push them up against your knots, snug them up, make sure they're even, because we want that nice clean look. And back to the Sanctified. So take our first strand, go underneath and up between 2 and 3, and the same to the other side, underneath the first 4 and up between 4 and 5. Okay. Grab our green strand, up between 4 and 5, over 5 and 6, back down through the loop. Same on the other side, up between 2 and 3, over and up 1 and 2, back down into the loop. Okay, clean that up. When you clean up a bit, you can see it kind of pairs both portions for the next chain link. Alright, so we want to go down, following our pattern, down between 2 and 3, underneath the Sanctified runs, and we're coming up on the inside this time. Okay, we're just going to finish this guy here. We're going to take the last chain link down between 4 and 5, and then back up to the inside. Alright, we're going to tighten that up. So you can see how that process is fairly repetitive, but comes together quite nicely. And the one thing to keep in mind the most, besides just making sure everything's pulled even and tightly, is rotating that chain link as you go. You don't want to lose track of that, obviously. Okay guys, I'm going to finish this up, and then I'm going to come back and show you the finished product. Okay, so we have reached the end. As you can see, we've gone top to bottom, keeping our pattern in check. So we're going to take this off the jig. Okay, as you can see, all the middle strands, the red and the beige, are all finishing going down and underneath, coming out the center. Our Sanctifieds are coming out the sides. So I'm going to do this off camera, but I'll show you real quick. The green, we're going to leave as is. We're going to snip and singe at the sides. The black, we want to complete by tucking them in. We're going to complete. So we're going to flip them over. We're going to run them with a fid underneath. This black one will go underneath this green strand right here, and then this black one will run underneath this strand, so they're going to come out into the middle. Alright, so basically all the black, red, and beige, everything here is going to get snipped and singed right there, making one solid contact point, so we don't have little bits of cuts and melts everywhere. We're going to go for one solid one. I'm going to show you real quick on another example. You can see how everything was finished in that one position, right? So they all came through in the middle, snipped and singed, and then you have your outsides right there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will show you the finished product. Right, guys, there we go. We have our finished product. Okay, so real quick, we're just going to look at how I finished it. So you can see on the middle, we have on the top the tan, on the bottom the red, and then the black cords coming through, making a nice little kind of a triangle of a melted patch, so we don't have a big mess. It's clean, it's even, and then on each side we've snipped and singed our green cord. Okay, so that's it. And that's how you do it. You know, everything's nice and even all the way down, nice and clean at the end, and we have our pattern on top. Finished product. Alright everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys checking out this tutorial. If you liked it, please leave a like. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments, and feel free to subscribe if you want to see more kind of complicated or intricate tutorials. Thank you again everyone. Take care.